Going on to you, Capricorn. So you have the Two of Cups, the Lovers, the Seven of Cups, Ten of Swords, the Star, the Empress, the Knight of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Sun, and the Four of Cups. So for you, Capricorns, there's most definitely a sense, like I said before, of getting back out there, talking to other people. But the Two of Cups, the Lovers, there's most definitely an emphasis for you Capricorns on the need to remember who you are. No matter what type of games people play, just understand that you need to have a sense of self-worth, because your sense of self-worth will be tested, because you got a lot of people out here trying to run roughshod, call themselves running game, and trying to be the smartest person in the room by trying to get you to think that you are less valuable because they deserve more than you, because their life is harder than you, and that they deserve it, right? They deserve you to give them cash prizes, take them out on trips. They deserve for you to give them everything that you've got, right? It's about the control, right? Ooh. And the Seven of Cups, just remember, you have options. You don't always have to listen to what it is that the person tells you to do, especially if you know it's going to be on some nonsense, right? Understand that when people try to go hard to tear you down, they have to go out of their way. Something else is going on, because, again, trash does not have to be explained why it's trash, right? Depending on how your state and your country deals with trash, you know, trash does not have to be explained. You know, if the person is going hard, it means that they definitely have something to hide. The Ten of Swords represents, and so this is where the self-worth comes into play. You don't ever, Capricorn, allow yourself to be in that particular situation where you really listen to people telling you that you have no value. You're trash, right? If you know good and well that you did not try to tear the other person down, approach them dysfunctionally, you know that you're trying to raise your own, I ain't gonna say raise, but keep up a healthy self-respect, right? And a person goes above and beyond to tear you down, no matter what it is that they say, you're supposed to know that you have value. So the Star represents the best thing for you to do is to move forward, okay? Deal with that type of dysfunction, right? First, if you feel any kind of way, deal with that first. And then after you deal with it, right? Depending on if you're messed up. Now, if you're messed up, deal with it. If this is nothing but rubbing dirt off your shoulder, go and talk to other people. But you Capricorns have to also remember what it is that you're looking for. An honest, transparent person that you can build trust with over a long period of time, or whatever it is that you're looking for. But see, a lot of times when it comes to the dating pool, a lot of people are just not truthful with what it is that they're looking for, the quality of the person that they're looking for. Right? When people, and to show you this, right, show you another layer of the game, show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Notice how it is that when most people start talking about, you know, how it is that, you know, they want the significant person to be, right? And they spend a lot of their time talking down on the people that don't match the criteria. You ever notice that they don't ever actually talk to you about any non-tangible trait that the person has? Everything is always tangible. How tall the person has to be, how physically attractive the person has to be, how big their butt has to be, how handsome they have to be, how much money they have to make. But never, ever, ever do they actually say, is this a good person to hang out with? Is this a person that has a lot of patience? You understand what I'm saying? That can actually take the time to learn about someone. Is the person ready to be in a relationship? And not only a relationship, but a functional one at that. Is the person Does the person have enough self-respect to not only respect themselves, but to also allow another person to be in their life and respect that other person? Notice how they never talk about that. It's always some dysfunctional nonsense that they don't talk about the intangibles. And a lot of people are very unclear, the star card, a lot of people are very unclear as to what it is that they want. It's always about the money at the end of the day. And truth be told, when you really do start to understand money, money comes to you because you know what to do. You know how to spend your money so that the money will come right back to you and that you always have some available. I'm not even going to get too deep on that one. So just keep in mind what it is that you're looking for. And then you Capricorns have the Empress. Now the Empress for you Capricorns is going to be about now that when you become much more transparent to yourself and other people and more direct about what it is that you want. This is when it's going to cut down a lot of the people who are playing nonsense because you're more focused as to what you want. See, a lot of times that's a Capricorn thing, right? To assign, I don't know if y'all knew that, right? But on the lower Capricorn energy, that the having the type and no matter what type of other person that may end up being better suited for you comes along, having that type of that elitist, oligarchist type, the person got to be 6 feet. They gotta have 6-pack abs. They got to do this. They got to do that. This person needs to be a supermodel. This person needs to, be one of the most prettiest people a lot. Like that is a lower Capricorn trait. That stereotyping comes from Capricorn. Lower traits. I don't know if y'all knew that, but now y'all know. So you're really in your wheelhouse, but you have to learn to get out of the lower wheelhouse, the more dysfunctional one, to get into a system that actually works, and it works for you. So the Empress represents knowing what it is that you want will deter the dysfunctional people, because the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords is all about how it is that, you're really going to set yourself up for failure, Capricorn, if you're not very clear with your own selves as to the quality of the people that you are dating. It's not about quantity. See, even when it is that I talk about how it is that you should get to know multiple people if you want to do something like that, I'm really talking about getting to know multiple people so you can cut down through a process of elimination to date one person in essence. So the thing is that the Sun and the Four of Cups now is about how you Capricorns also have to remember that when things don't necessarily look so on point for the other person, you may want to bring a spotlight there by asking them questions. And what I mean by that, what I mean by the attention thing is when things don't seem to be, when the math ain't mathing with them. When things don't seem to be adding up correctly, when they just seem a little bit off, when they seem like they're lying, you want to go ahead and ask them questions about this. When you're letting them talk, when you're asking them questions and you're letting them talk and they're not necessarily making any sense, that's how it is that you know that you need to ask more questions, because you need to become more of an active listener. A lot of times people, let's face it, straight out, a lot of times people know good and well, right, how functional or dysfunctional the person is, but sometimes people will ignore it based upon their the tangibles, the handsomeness, or how physically beautiful the person is. They will deliberately ignore it and then complain about it later. And it's like, again, why are you sitting up on TikTok complaining that the fact that something that you knew this person wasn't going to be a right fit, but yet your goofy behind is sitting up here complaining for? What are you doing? Lampooning yourself? You feel the need to get on the internet to ridicule yourself for how stupid you look because you set yourself up for failure? Stop coming to the internet and putting this doo-doo on the internet. Stay your goofy behind off screen. So let's clarify some of these cards. Because it's getting to a point, I'm keeping it 100 with y'all, Capricorn. It's getting to a point where people who constantly need to put themselves and all the terrible things that happen to them up on the internet without them actually taking any kind of action to make sure that that type of stupid stuff doesn't happen to them or doesn't happen much to them like that frequently. If they keep coming to the internet, it's getting to a point where you got to start looking at them from a side eye. Let's clarify the Four of Cups, because it's like how many times can you, like, why are you on the internet showing this nonsense off? Why are you on the internet constantly talking about you can't find someone eligible or whatnot? State what it is. First and foremost, state what it is that you define as eligible. And when it doesn't work out, stop getting on the internet to you know, and performing self-snitching. The person non-tangibly and inwardly, internally is a load of trash. But then I'm coming to the internet and crying about it. Why are you crying about it? So let's clarify the Four of Cups, the King of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Judgment, Five of Cups. Right. Because other people will ignore, like I said, the dysfunctions of other people. You Capricorns, don't ignore it. This is why I was telling you that you have to ask those questions. Ask those tough questions. And if you never hear from the person again, so be it. I'll even go a step further. How you ask those questions is when you are asking these people questions and they start talking to you about certain things. That's when you double up after that, after they finish answering you. As you're letting them talk, you listen, and then you go ahead and you formulate a question and you ask them that question. And then after the date is over, because I'm gonna tell y'all how to close out a date correctly. How you close out a date correctly is one or two ways, right? Mainly. You can either interrupt the date and tell the person that you're not necessarily having fun and, you know, you don't necessarily want to waste their time, right? Right? And you're going to go home, right? Maybe you can ask them to drop you off, right? Drop you off at home, or you can find your own way home, right? Or the other way is to finish the date and just end it then and there. Because when you listen to what it is that people have to say and it don't necessarily add up, you don't have to call them again. So the Judgment in the Five of Cups now is about how, so again, they're not going to like the fact that you're making these judgments. But you have to, because this is what separates you from the quality people versus the people who are going to be dysfunctional. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers. I have 9,019 subs. It ain't moved. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Peace.